Hello and welcome. My name is Alan, and today we continue on our series, Congressional Donors. As always, I have my notebook with me, the information. So with that said, let's get into it. First, we have Ken Calvert. He's 66-year-old, and he represents the 42nd District of California. He is a Republican, and he is serving his 14th term in the U.S. House. It's quite a while, 7 terms, or 14th term. So that's 28 years. Anyway, he graduated from Chaffey College, graduated from San Diego State University. He was a restaurant owner, a business owner, unsuccessful run for Congress. He was then chair of Riverside County, California Republican Party, and then was elected to the United States House of Representatives. The House committees they had listed were the Committee for Appropriations. His top 5 individual donors: Lockheed Martin, an American global aerospace defense, security, and advanced technologies company with worldwide interests. It's headquartered in North Bethesda, Maryland. They donated a total of $67,800. Next, L3 Harris Technologies, an American technology company, defense contractor, and information technology services provider that produces CGISR systems and products, wireless equipment, and tactical radios, avionics, I'm guessing, can't read my own writing sometimes, and electronic systems, night vision equipment, and both terrestrial and spaceborne antennas for use in government defense and commercial sectors. They are headquartered in Melbourne, Florida, and donated a total of $20,000. Next is IIVI Incorporated, and they are a global leader in engineered materials and optic electrical components. Is a vertically integrated manufacturing company that develops innovative products and diversified applications in the industrial optical communications, aerospace, and defense, life, and consumer markets. They're headquartered in Saxonburg, Pennsylvania. They donated a total of $19,400. Next is McAndrews and Forbes. They are a private American diversified holding company headquartered in New York, New York. They donated a total of $17,400. And finally, we have General Dynamics. They are an American aerospace and defense corporation that is the sixth largest defense contractor in the world and is headquartered in Reston, Virginia. They donated a total of 15,000. Next is the top 5 industry donors. We have Defense Aerospace, which altogether donated 89,800. Then Miscellaneous Defense, which donated 51,700. Then Defense Electronics, which donated 40,500. Then Air Transport, which donated 39,500. And finally, Miscellaneous Manufacturing and Distributing, which donated 57,400. And that, once again, was Ken Calvert. Next is Maria Cantwell. She's 61-year-old and is a senator from Washington. She's a Democrat and serving her 4th term as senator. She graduated from Miami of Ohio University. She was a public relations consultant, a Washington State representative, before finally being elected to the U.S. House of Representatives for 1 term, and then elected to the U.S. Senate. Her Senate committees: Commerce, Science, and Transportation, of which she's a ranking member, the Committee on Energy and Natural Resources, the Committee on Finance, Committee on Indian Affairs, and the Committee on Small Business and Entrepreneurship. Now, let's look at our top 5 individual donors. First up, Morgan & Morgan, a law firm with multiple U.S. offices, which is really all I could find on them. I couldn't find a Wikipedia article or Better Business Bureau article or Bloomberg. So that's all I could really find. So they donated a total of $113,400. Next, the Microsoft Corporation, an American multinational technology company with headquarters in Redmond, Washington. And they donated $109,316. Next, the League of Conservation Voters, which is an American environmental advocacy group that pushes for environmental laws and policies, elects pro-environment candidates, and holds them accountable. Altogether, they donated $105,973. Next is Boeing, which is an American multinational corporation that designs, manufactures, and sells airplanes, rotorcraft, rockets, satellites, and missiles. They are based in Chicago, Illinois. Altogether, they donated a total of $61,578. Finally, Amazon, an American multinational technology company based in Seattle that focuses on e-commerce, cloud computing, digital streaming, and artificial intelligence. They donated $61,506. You might want to stay away from their money. As bad as a reputation as Jeff Bezos has. That brings us to the top 5 industry donors. First up, retired. Thank you for taking money from the retired. That's a source that's good, at least. That's people. That's average people. They donated $1,203,359 altogether. Next is lawyers and law firms, who altogether donated $716,631. Excuse me. Up next is real estate, which altogether donated $521,460. Up next is women's issues, which altogether donated $434,894. And finally, lobbyists, which donated $396,366. And once again, that was Maria Cantwell. Now, the next person we have is Shelley Moore Capito. She's 66-year-old and is a senator from the state of West Virginia. She is Republican, and she's serving her first term as senator. She graduated from Duke University, graduated from the University of Virginia, was a college counselor, was a member of the West Virginia State House of Representatives, then elected to the United States House of Representatives, before finally being elected to the U.S. Senate. Now, her Senate committees are the Committee for Appropriations, the Committee for Commerce, Science, and Transportation, the Committee for Environment and Public Works, and the Committee for Rules and Administration. Now, her top 5 individual donors. At the top, we have WinRed, a political action committee that aims to help Republican candidates for federal office raise money through the internet. They donated a total of $59,025. Next is First Energy Corporation. They are an American electric utility headquartered in Akron, Ohio, and they donated $44,000. Next is the monsters, GEO Group, private prisons people. They are a Florida-based company specializing in privatized corrections, detention, and mental health treatment. It is headquartered in Boca Raton, Florida. Again, I don't think prisons should be privatized. Unfortunately, we live at a time when you think you can make money off everything in the U.S. for some reason. Altogether, they donated $43,500. Next is Elliott Management. They are an American investment management firm and one of the largest activist funds in the world. They are headquartered in New York, New York. Altogether, they donated $25,900. Finally, we have NORPAC, which is a bipartisan, multi-candidate political action committee working to strengthen the U.S.-Israel relationship, and they were founded in New Jersey. Altogether, they donated $25,500. Now, her top 5 industry donors. At the top, we have Leadership PACs, which altogether donated $252,600. Next is Securities and Investment, which donated $199,819. Then the Retired, who donated altogether $187,010. Lawyers and law firms are next, which donated $103,150. And finally, electric utilities, which altogether donated $94,000. And that was Shelley Moore Capito. Now, next we have Salud Carbajal. He's 55-year-old, and he represents the 4th, I think it's supposed to be the 24th District of California. We just got 4th here for some reason. It might be the 4th, but I think it's supposed to be 24th if I remember right. He's a Democrat. He's serving his 2nd term in the United States House of Representatives. He graduated from the University of California. He graduated Fielding Graduate University. He served in the United States Marine Corps Reserves. Thank you for your service. He was a Santa Barbara County Public Health, a member of the Santa Barbara County Public Health Department. He was also a staff member for the county supervisor, Naomi Schwartz, a member of the Santa Barbara County Board of Supervisors, before finally being elected to the United States House of Representatives. The House committees he serves on are the Committee for Agriculture, the Committee for Armed Services, and the Committee for Transportation and Infrastructure. Now, let's talk about his top 5 individual donors. At the top, we have A.J. Diani Construction, which is a multi-location business that provides engineering and building contractor services. And altogether, they donated $11,200. Next is ESRI, which stands for Environmental Systems Research Institute. And they are an international supplier of geographic information system software, web GIS, and geodatabase management applications. They are headquartered in Redlands, California. And they donated a total of $11,200. Next is Cait School, which is a selective coeducational independent school for boarding and day students in the 9th through 12th grades, located in Carpinteria, California. And altogether they donated $11,000. Next is Advanced Scientific Concepts. They are a company that develops technology and products related to enhanced imaging applications. And they are headquartered in Santa Barbara, California. Altogether, they donated $10,800. And finally, we have International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. They are a labor union that represents 750,000 workers and retirees in the electrical industry in the U.S., Canada, Panama, Guam, and several Caribbean island nations. And altogether, they donated $10,000. That brings us to his top 5 industry donors. And at the top, we have retired. Altogether, they donated $220,447. Then we have Democratic Liberal, which altogether donated $44,440. Then we have Lawyers and Law Firms, which altogether donated $38,250. Then Miscellaneous Finance, which altogether donated $36,250. And finally, Real Estate, which altogether donated $30,900. And once again, that was Salud Carbajal. And the last person we're going to talk about today is Tony Cardenas. He's 56-year-old and represents the 29th District of California. He is a Democrat and serving his 4th term as representative. He graduated from the University of California. He was a realtor. He was an insurance agent. He was a member of the California State Assembly. He was a member of the Los Angeles City Council. And finally elected to the United States House of Representatives. Now, let's talk about his House committees, which it just has one listed here, which is the Committee for Energy and Commerce. Now, his top 5 individual donors. First is Vida Incorporated, which provides kidney dialysis services for patients suffering from chronic kidney failure or end-stage renal disease, and they are based in Denver, Colorado. They donated a total of $18,850. Next is Honeywell International. They are a publicly traded conglomerate headquartered in Charlotte, North Carolina, that produces commercial and consumer products, engineering services, and aerospace systems. They donated a total of $7,500. Next is Aiken Gump et al., which full name is Aiken Gump Strauss Hauer and Feld LLP. They are an American international law firm and the most profitable lobbying firm in the United States, and they are headquartered in Washington, D.C. Altogether, they donated $6,000. Next is AT&T. They are an American multinational conglomerate holding company. It is the world's largest telecommunications company, and it is based in Dallas, Texas. Altogether, they donated $6,000. And finally, we have the National Air Traffic Controllers Association, which is a U.S. labor union that is the exclusive bargaining representative for air traffic controllers employed by the Federal Aviation Administration. And altogether, they donated $6,000. And this brings us to the top 5 industry donors. At the top, we have health services and HMOs, which kind of tells you how ingrained they are in America. It's going to be hard trying to get America to have a national single-payer free health care because they're so ingrained in everything. But altogether, they donated $47,490. Next is pharmaceuticals and health products. Altogether, they donated $33,060. Next is lawyers and law firms, and altogether they donated $24,007. Next is electric utilities, and altogether they donated $24,000. And finally, we have telecom services, which altogether donated $19,500. And once again, that was Tony Cardenas. I will try to remember to put the sources in there, although I've failed to remember to do so the last few times. But as always, educate thyself, think, read, study, learn. It's so important to have an educated populace. Otherwise, you're ripe for takeover. Unfortunately, that's kind of what's happened to the U.S. And there's just now starting to be a wake-up to push back. But anyway, I'll see you all in the next video. But until then, later.